Metal Eden is a shooter so good it will make you forget about Black Ops 7. But you probably already did. It is a game so good it will remind you what shooters were and what we lost. Another Polish studio comes out with a game that reminds us of the good old days of several years ago. A game that satisfies the occasional urge to punch a machine in its approximate face. A game that rewards you for completing segments with a woman breathing in your ear. This game is a fast-paced boomer shooter, very similar to the king of modern boomer shooters, Doom 2016, the game that got everything perfect the first time round. But instead of the continuous violation of the Geneva Convention against demonkind, you have a story where everyone has downloaded their consciousnesses into real dolls, and a past catastrophe threatens to erase everyone's save data. Gunplay, health, and armor is like Doom, combined with the mobility of Ghost Runner, with the slow motion of Max Payne, the Zandatsu from Metal Gear Rising, and the Ball from Metroid. The game also contains visual influence from Ghost in the Shell and Evangelion, as well as other anime. This game looks great in its art style and its graphical fidelity, and is only 20 gigabytes. This is partly because the game is quite short, like shorter than the queue for Morbius. It's only 5 hours long, but I don't know what kind of Slavic magic managed to get a game with environments that look this nice, all the weapons, the upgrade system, the enemy types, tight inside of that 20 gigabyte suit. Something most modern developers are too stupid to do. The game's base price is £33 or $40, which, to be honest, is a complete steal. Now, there are some people out there who think that this game is a rip-off to pay $40 for a 5-hour game that only consists of its campaign, with apparent no replay value. The replay value with this game is the fact that the game is fun, and in an age where you'll soon pay $80 to grind 100 hours of content, then 5 hours of fun is fine with me. If you think the value of a game is determined by how much time you waste on it, then stick to Ubisoft games. I'd rather a game not overextend its welcome. There's no loot! If you just want to get your adrenaline rush from finding stuff with bigger numbers, then stick to Borderlands. If you want some bad tactile multiplayer, then play Anthem. Oh. Alright, play Concord. Oh. Now let's talk about Metal Eden's story. The story takes place far into the future, and far away from Earth. In order to survive the journey of deep space, humanity abandoned the flesh and embraced robotic forms. The game is kind of like Dark Souls in the sense that you play the game after some huge extinction event, and you try and pick up the pieces afterwards. Though most of the story is delivered with dialogue delivered to you during gameplay with the odd cutscene. And like Dark Souls, you can basically just ignore the story and just play the game without even thinking about it. The tone of the story is very similar to the classic Marathon games. The sterile, futuristic, mysterious, and the synth soundtrack. Speaking of Marathon, this game struck me as the game Marathon should have been, rather than the team-based, should be free-to-play, PvP, extraction shooter that we might not even get for obvious reasons. If you really wanted to bring back the old Marathon games, modernizing it like we got from Doom to Doom would have been the way to go, as opposed to jumping on trends to make a hero, extraction, looter, shooter with colours that look like someone looked at the Dulux paint charts and said, one of each please, stolen assets, and characters that look like the cast of Edge Runners got caught in an explosion at a clown factory. This game seems to implement a lot of the same kind of ideas that the new Marathon has. Sci-fi setting, far off in the future, the minds in robot bodies. But Raycon made a good game, and also didn't steal art. There are some points in life where you have an opportunity to get some of the easiest of victories. Slavery is bad. Bungie had it with making a good Marathon game. Instead we get this. But I'm getting sidetracked. All in all, this game is a tight, fun experience. And though it's short, Polish Doom gets a recommend from me. Oh, and the soundtrack is amazing. Alright, bye.